What's going on, everyone? Welcome on into Coffee with Brodes. What's happening? How is everybody this morning? What's up, Sixer Wired? What's up, Mooser? What's going on, Mr. 89? What's up, Arm Zebra? What's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. It is a Friday. So happy Friday, everyone. It's the last day of the week before we head on into the weekend to watch this Phillies team take on the Braves, which is going to be super fun. I'm looking forward to it. What's up, Chris? What's going on? All right, before we do anything, you know what we need to do? And that is take a sip of our coffee. So here we go with the good old Sports Talk with Brodes mug again. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to this Friday morning. What's up, Pat? What's happening? All right, so we are going to do something a little different today. I'm going to pay a ticket online as we break down sports. I tried to do it last night, and it said I wasn't allowed to. So now I'm nervous that I don't know. Let's see if we can pay this ticket. This ticket cannot be paid online. Oh, you son of a you know what. Why? Ticket cannot be paid online. Please contact the court for more information. Oh my God, what a joke this is. Leading off with Brodes is on pause, Nick. It's on pause. Ooh, the Colombian French vanilla coffee. Interesting approach. Well, the court is only on Zoom, apparently. They're trying to tell me that my car isn't registered under my name. It's like, I've been driving this thing for over 2 years. I've been stopped in the past for speeding, and no other person told me that the car wasn't registered under my name when I bought it off of my friend and we went to the DMV together to get everything registered under my name. Unbelievable. Like, it's actually unbelievable. And it's a $50 fine. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just pay the $50, you know? Like, I don't feel like playing around with this bullshit. And now I can't even do that. So I guess I'm going to have to make some phone calls after this. Driving unregistered vehicle. There's no way. There's no way. No way. I'm not buying it. Nope, not buying it. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. I'll worry about that at 10 o'clock. Right now, it's 9:05. I'll tell the court, yeah, sorry, I had coffee with Brodes. All right? I'm not here to, I can't fuck around with this bullshit. I have work. Know what I'm saying? So, everyone, how about Zach Wheeler yesterday afternoon, huh? Unreal. Zach Wheeler last night. The guy was unbelievable. He gave you 8 strikeouts, 0 walks. I love that. Like, I feel like that is just getting thrown under the radar a little bit. Yeah, by the way, he had 0 walks. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely incredible. Now, hopefully, if I look at this ticket, I don't have, like, court today. Let's see. You are hereby summoned to appear before the court. If you plead guilty and pay the amount before the scheduled pay date of 5/7, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, well, we'll figure it out. Yeah, I know today's 5/7, but that's to pay the date. It says pay the ticket by the 7th. If you don't plead guilty, you will have to see you in court. So it's like, if I don't pay by the 7th, you'll have to see me at court. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know when the court date is and whatnot. I mean, for a $50 parking ticket, I'm sure that they deal with a lot more than that. I hope it's not on the set. I would imagine it's not. The date to pay and the actual court date, I'd imagine they're not on the same day. But I also imagine there's a lot worse out there than $50. I don't like the play-in tournament. I think the play-in tournament's stupid. I think if you make it like you're pretty much, we went through the statistics before. There's literally been like 4 teams in the last 40 years in that 8th seed to beat the 1st seed, and there's a lot of injuries that play a role when that happens. You're basically having a play-in tournament for the team that's going to get smacked and annihilated. That's where I think it's kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. I got a text from the mother. She must be listening to Coffee with Brodes. I will help you with your ticket. You need to fix the problem. Should be easy. How about that? Thanks, Lise, who's tuned in to Coffee with Brodes this morning. Was our first sweep since the break? Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for how many games? It was almost impossible for it to last that long. They went from May, it was game 4 and 5. Since game 4 and 5, they did not have a back-to-back win. That's literally almost impossible to do. Impossible, which is crazy. Impossible. So, yeah, it's been a while. And the last time they did sweep the Braves, they went to Atlanta, and things somewhat went bad. They can't win on the road. They don't know how to win on the road. They need to figure it out. Yeah, you knew the Braves were going to be better. And this is what I was trying to tell everybody in general. When you watch baseball, and it's the beginning of the season, look at the Dodgers right now. The Dodgers are 2-8 in their last 10. The Dodgers are fucking gross. The Dodgers are probably going to make it to the World Series again. They're that nasty, right? So they're 2-8 in their last 10. The Yankees started out miserably. They were horrendous. They were so many games under 500. They thought that this was going to be the product that they saw for the rest of the season. They were disgusted. Now look at them. They won another series against the Astros after putting some series wins together prior to that. They're starting to get back on track. Same is going to happen with the Braves. I don't know what the Mets are going to be. Francisco Lindor finally got a hit. Maybe the team turns it around once Francisco Lindor turns it around. But all of these squads are going to become, better products for sure. It's baseball. It's 162. Last year we had 60 games, and we got accustomed to a 60-game sprint. We got to remind ourselves what 162 is like, and it ain't the same. Why do Phillies fans hate on KD so much? When he's owner of a major Philadelphia sports... Dude, nobody cares about it. What is he, part of the union? You think anybody, with all due respect, you think anybody cares that Kevin Durant is a part of the union? Look, I'm not trying to disrespect the union. I know a lot of people that care about the union are invested in the union, and that's fine. I'm not, but that's fine. I don't think a damn soul is going to give Kevin Durant any sort of credit or any sort of love for the Philadelphia Union. There's just no way. No way. No way. It's just not a thing. And to be fair, he owns 5%, according to what I'm looking at now at MLSsoccer.com. One of the NBA's biggest star, Kevin Durant, owns 5% of the Philadelphia Union. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah, that is pretty damn funny, though. Imagine, LeBron and KD get healthy, and then you have to play that. If you finally make the 1 seed, you're Devin Booker, you're Chris Paul, and then here comes an 8th seed. But here's the thing: you saw Anthony Davis last night tweak the ankle again, and then he had some back spasms or some back problems, left the game, did not return. I just don't think that they're going to be healthy this year. Something tells me, all right, we're this deep into the damn season, that it's just not going to be a season for the Lakers. But LeBron is LeBron. Brodes, the Union are the winningest Philly sports teams. I'm just saying they shouldn't boo him at all. Not love, but no public shame. No, they should boo the shit out of him. They should boo the living shit out of Kevin Durant. I'm sorry. With all due respect, the winningest Philly sports team. Come on. It does not sit at all with the other 4 teams. So even if they are winning and they're doing this in the MLS Champions League or whatever they call it, it has zero power in terms of how you treat, first off, it just has no power in general. And then you add Kevin Durant in the mix. No, that guy should get annihilated with boos. That's for damn sure. Brodes, who am I rooting for in the NHL playoffs? I honestly don't really know right now. I feel like when I start watching, my body naturally ends up picking somebody, you know? Like, as I watch, like, excuse me. I mean, I do think the Toronto Maple Leafs, I love that team. Love the Toronto Maple Leafs. Is it time for them to finally do it? Is it time to finally do it? Where the Toronto Maple Leafs get over the hump. I don't know if they're a dark horse though, because they're good. Like they're really good. I think more of a dark horse would be like Minnesota, a young team carried by Kaprizov and carried by Greenway, and they do have some veteran guys like Zuccarello and whatnot. But I think the Minnesota Wild would be more of your dark horse type of team. I think with the Toronto Maple Leafs, they've been talked about as one of the better teams all season long. Who else? In the West, Vegas is nasty. Colorado's nasty. I did mention Minnesota. I just think that they're young. In the North, like Winnipeg would be a sleeper. I don't think they're going to do it, though. Carolina's got 80 points. That's crazy. That's crazy. No, I like soccer. I don't have a problem with the sport. The sport itself is fun. Um, It's got to be the right one, though. Like, I can't watch MLS because I know that there's 95 other leagues that are significantly better. It's like instead of watching the NFL or college football, it's like watching, I don't know. I mean, I played Division 3, so I guess I can say this chirp, but it's like watching Division 3 NCAA football. It's like you're not watching the NFL. You're not watching D1. You're not watching all these. There's so many other leagues in front of that. The CFL. Yeah, there you go. CFL. I mean, I'd still probably put CFL over watching something like the MLS. So soccer itself is fun. Soccer is actually a really great sport when you're watching the English Premier League and you're watching Liverpool play Manchester City or something like that, where it's a crazy, crazy game. Once you start getting to, the category of, um, you know, MLS, I'm kind of out. No, we should hate him here. Carmen says, I'm actually shocked that the Sixers are going to have the 1 seed. And honestly, in my opinion, we can definitely beat the Buck. Yeah, yeah, no doubt. We can beat anybody. Like that's kind of what we've established at this point with this team. This Sixers team can beat anyone. They could lose. Like it's going to be a dogfight. It won't be a walk in the park. It will be a battle. It will be hell. It will be tough. You'll have to put everything out there on the floor to beat the Bucks in a 7-game series, but they can do it. The Sixers can beat anyone this year. They can. Will they? I don't know. But I do know that they're constructed and their roster is good enough to do it. It's not going to be easy to do it, but they can do it. And that's an exciting feeling. The last time we felt that with the team was probably 2017 with the Eagles. Once you realize they were serious on that, what was it, that week in Carolina where they went on Thursday Night Football, and that was somewhat of an eye opener. You destroy the Broncos. You put up 95,000 points on their asses. There was a time after a few games in where it's like, this Eagles team is different. This Eagles team is special. This Sixers team, I don't know if the power is to that level. Maybe it is. I think mine's just a tick below, but just a tick below a team that I felt that strongly about in the Eagles is still a great spot to be. That's for damn sure. I don't really know how to answer this question. So thank you, Chris, for the $2 donation. Why is Embiid and Simmons so damn sexy? Because you tanked. Because you went through the process. People told me the process wouldn't work and it's dumb. And the process still didn't work. Oh, yeah, the process didn't work. I just got a $2 donation asking me why Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are sexy. I think that tells you everything you need to know about if the process worked or not. How about that? How about that? $5 coming in from Logan. Just curious, bro. Do you think the XFL will make a comeback? Probably not. They've tried so many different leagues. No, I don't think you can't do it in Philly. Philly would never work. You need small markets. You need teams that don't have other things. Like XFL, the reason why the fan base would be good is because it would be a bunch of cities where, was it like they tried it in New York, right? In the AAF, or maybe that was the XFL. I forget. You can't do the big markets, in my opinion. It's too like, oh, yeah, let's do a team in New York when they have the Jets, the Giants, the Knicks, the Nets, the Mets, the Yankees, the Islanders, the Rangers, the Devils. Like, really? No, you got to go to a team out in like Montana, or you got to go out in a league in like the Midwest, in some of these spots where if you bring a football team to their city, they're going to surprise. I think it was St. Louis that had the crazy, crazy fans in the XFL. No? Like, that's a good spot. Let's see. Was it St. Louis or was it the AAF? Yeah, the St. Louis Battlehawks. That's something that you need to do. You need to go to a city like that. I don't see a team working in a Philadelphia market like that, you know? Who do I think that I have no clue. That's my problem, Carmen. Who do I think that Doc Rivers is going to give the last bench spot to? I don't know, and I'm really concerned. One of my big concerns is Doc Rivers' rotations. I think Doc has been phenomenal. I think Doc is tied to some bench pieces that I'm afraid to see in the playoffs. That's what concerns me a lot, is he's going to try and force a Furkan, although Furkan has this sprained ankle or twisted ankle or some sort of ankle injury. So we'll keep our eye on that. But, for Shake Milton or for some of these guys where, man, just let them play and let the rotations be where Ben and Joel are on the floor at the same time. Let it be where Tobias Harris, if you want to go to the bench, fine, but make sure Tobias Harris is out there with a George Hill. So then it's George Hill, Tobias running the show. And then you slip in a few minutes of Matisse Thybulle here and there, right? Like, be smart about your rotational pieces. And if something's not working, have a quick trigger on it. I don't even watch Fox 29, so I'm gonna have to. Oh yes, I do know who Alex Holly is. Where are we here? As far as the 2017 Eagles and this year's Sixers, I would also throw in the 2019 Flyers for COVID. Nah, I didn't have that feeling. No shot. No shot. That Flyers team, when they lost to the Islanders, they were missing something. They weren't scoring a lot of goals. That Flyers team was definitely missing something. That did not feel, even though they were going on a nice run and they were winning regular season games, in terms of legitimately hanging around with the Tampa Bay Lightning and the stack teams of the league, the Flyers did not have that feel. I did not think that Flyers team could beat anybody the way that I feel about the Sixers, the way that I felt about the Eagles. So I enjoyed that Flyers ride because it was different. It was unique. They just kind of took us on this emotional journey when they won a lot of games in a short amount of time, and it was fun. They were definitely missing something offensively where, you were just winning games where it was a structured team, but something was missing from that Flyers team. I'm not going to go to that same level. I better not see Furkan try and ball handle in the playoffs. Dude, look, I mean, I would love to tell you that it's obvious that it won't happen, but I don't know if that's the case. I just don't know if that's the case. I think it could be very, very possible that you do see Furkan Korkmaz trying to dribble and penetrate, unfortunately. Now, it shouldn't happen. Why should it not happen? Because you have George Hill. So you would think that the only reason why, like in theory, why they tried that was because no Shake Milton dribbling the ball because he was bad. So they tried to do something new, and they tried this two-man game between Furkan and Dwight Howard. And I'll never forget watching overtime in a regular season game where Ben Simmons was hanging out watching the offense run through Furkan and Dwight Howard and then not realizing that that was a huge level of disrespect, but he did nothing about it, and apparently it didn't bother him whatsoever. So, yeah, I mean, I would love to tell you that, but no. No. I can't tell you it won't happen. Ever blow up the toilet after first cup of coffee? Mike, after every cup of coffee, every day. You're not drinking coffee right if that doesn't happen to you. So I think something's wrong with you if that doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Who do we have on the mound tonight? A little bit of Zach Eflin. We got some Zach Eflin on the bump. And just to kind of look at what he provided for us last time he stepped on the mound, He gave us a really strong, this was on May 2nd, 6 innings. He grinded. This is what happened because he did have a tough go early on, but ultimately he went 6 innings, 2 earned runs, struck out 7, 3 extra base hits, and 10 hits. He did grind in that beginning stage of the game. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, though. If you got 6 innings and 2 earned runs out of your starter with 7 Ks, you put yourself in a position to win. I think Zach does well. Zach has been giving you some good performances, man. I feel good about Zach Eflin. Like, I'm confident. I've been hearing a lot of hypotheticals, and maybe not a hypothetical, but, like, is Zach Eflin actually reliable? Can you believe in Zach Eflin? If you don't see the difference between Zach Eflin now and Zach Eflin, let's say 2 years ago or 3 years ago, well, then that's ridiculous. This is clearly a different Zach Eflin. This is a more established Zach Eflin, a more professional Zach Eflin, a better Zach Eflin. This Zach Eflin is significantly stronger than the Zach Eflins in the past, and I think that's really obvious. Now, is he this insane, unbelievable, actual stud? I mean, I don't know if he's to that level, but he's definitely very people want to talk about Nick Pivetta, right? All right, and I brought this up, and this Nick Pivetta thing drives me nuts. I'm going to be honest with you. It drives me nuts, and that's why I continue to bring it up. 5 innings, 3 2/3, 5 innings, 6 innings. All right, here's Zach Eflin. 6 innings, 6 2/3, 7 innings, 7 innings, 6 and 6. Way better than Nick Pivetta. Way better than this. Wow, Nick Pivetta really turned the corner. So why is Nick Pivetta suddenly getting all this love for what he's doing in Boston, but yet we're sitting here questioning if Zach Eflin really took that stride? It doesn't add up. You got 7 innings, 6 2/3, and 3 6-inning outings. It's crazy to me. Crazy to me. What's his ERA right now? 3.4. I think it'll be a little better than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starts. And 6 starts. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was trying to figure that out as well, but something obviously happened. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to try and figure that out for sure, but there's been a problem in that locker room. No doubt about it. Yeah, I mean, Drew Smyly, was that his first day pitching from going on the IL? Because I know he went on the IL with the Braves. The Braves have been dealing with so many injuries, so it's been a while since that happened. But, or he missed some time, I should say. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know if that was his first start since his stint on the IL. I actually am excited, I'm not going to lie, to watch Cam York. I'm pretty stoked to watch Cam York play. Do the Flyers play tonight? I don't even know. That's how much I don't even watch the Flyers anymore. I'm out. I'm out. Been out on the Flyers. Oh, they play the Capitals. Maybe they'll fight Tom Wilson. Maybe they'll drop the Mitch with Tom Wilson. All right, looking at the game log, he pitched on April 30th, and then yesterday was his first since April 30th. Is that 10 days? 1, 2, 3. No. When was his stint on the IL? He was definitely on the IL, was he not? Drew Smyly, IL. Then I thought that was 10 days. Drew Smyly was put on IL with forearm inflammation on April 16th. I'm trying to figure April 16th. Oh, so he had a couple starts since then. Gotcha. Yeah, I saw that Brandon Workman got the axe, as he should. As he should. What? The Phillies aren't on normal TV today? They're on that Bush League channel? For real? How do you know that? I'm going to Google that. I hate when they do that. I did that once last year, too. Cozy TV. I hate when they do that. Oh, it's because of the Sixers and the Flyers, huh? I don't even know. I might have to stream that shit on my iPad. I don't even know if I have that actual channel. I might have to rock the iPad, which is kind of annoying. Oh, they said it last night. I must have missed that during the broadcast, which is kind of crazy. All right, well, for anyone jumping in here, the Phillies are on Cozy TV, apparently. Jake Paul got banned from the fight. with his brother and Mayweather? What do you mean he got banned from it? He got banned from what fight? The fight that he's fighting? He got banned from the fight that he's fighting? I can't wait to watch Mayweather just fucking toy around with this clown. I mean, good for them. They're making their money, but like Mayweather is a professional boxer that's never lost, and he's one of the greatest to ever do it. Now, that's what's going to happen. There's going to be people that never watched Mayweather fight ever, and they're going to think strategic, like because he's just methodical and he's a defensive style type of boxer where he's just going to outbox technically Mayweather. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry, I must have read that wrong. Jake Paul got banned from the fight. Logan Paul is the one in the fight. Okay. I don't keep up with these YouTubers, man. I don't. But yeah, I mean, dude, this is the thing. Even when, yeah, oh yeah, even when he fought McGregor, right? People thought McGregor had an actual chance. Why? Because Floyd Mayweather is a boring boxer who jumps around, who waits, tires you out, allows you to throw a lot of punches. I mean, he's just so methodical with the way that he defends and the way that he does it. He's going to outbox Logan Paul. He's not going to like destroy him and knock him out and do anything crazy. He's going to, with the point system, he's going to outbox Logan Paul. I think there's going to be a lot of people upset maybe with the product when they think that there's going to be two people in there just throwing haymakers and trying to knock each other out. Logan Paul is probably going to try and knock Floyd Mayweather out. At the end of the day, Mayweather's going to dance around, be boring, but he's going to be successful. And I love that because it's dominance. But I think there's going to be this false optimism or false hope that it's going to become like something way serious. Like, you know, it's not going to be heavyweights just tossing haymakers. It's going to be a guy who's going to run around a little bit, make you miss, do this a bunch of times, back up, tire Logan Paul out, and then just hit him with technical punches. And then he's going to end up winning. Floyd Mayweather's going to end up winning. Now, Christian says it says the Phillies are on MLB Network tonight. Well, maybe MLB Network is, look it up. MLB Network TV schedule. Let's see if we can look it up. Can they do that? Will they show me the full TV schedule? At, that's 7 a.m. Mine just says regular season baseball on MLB Network. Nationals and Yankees or Phillies versus Braves. So maybe it is. Maybe it is on MLB Network. Give that a shot. I mean, random gamer, he's more than just smart. You know, like he's more than just smart. My man's 49-0. Okay? He's more than just smart. He's incredible. Incredible. 49-0. The guy is a special art. All right. He's got it down to a science. He is the craft. Floyd Mayweather is one of the best boxers we've ever seen. It might not be the sexiest version of boxing. He's one of the best boxers we've ever seen. That is for damn sure. Do I think the Phillies make a move at it? Yes, of course. Of course. No. Come on. Come on. That's an obvious one. Everyone knows they're going out and grabbing a center fielder or an outfielder. You know, I heard something for the first time the other day that somewhat sparked something in my brain that I never really thought about. But can you move Bryce Harper to center and then maybe acquire a right fielder because it might be easier to acquire that position in a trade? You know, like I think any outfield, like getting outfield isn't the hardest thing in the world to do. But is there something to be said about getting Bryce Harper out in center field? And then maybe you can apply something out in right field or in general, let's say not even I'm not even talking trade deadline. Let's talk about just legitimately right now. What if you could put a Brad Miller out in the outfield and then have a Bryce Harper in center field? Now you get Brad Miller in there every single day, and your lineup doesn't have an Odubel. It doesn't have a Roman Quinn. It doesn't have a Mickey Moniak. Now to replace that player, it's Brad Miller. And I'm not here to tell you that Brad Miller is some phenomenal piece. I'm telling you, though, that it might be better than what you have in Odubel and what you have elsewhere. I wonder what Brad Miller hits career-wise. Brad Miller's career, he hits 240. Right now, he's hitting 280, though, in 50 at-bats, which is clearly not a lot of a sample size. But he's a career 240 utility man. How about that? Well, now he's a utility man. Back in Tampa Bay, he was rocking 600 at bats. 600 at bats, or plate appearances, I should say. Just to put that in perspective. That's so funny. Well, check out MLB Network because it's possible that you might have it on MLB Network, and that can change maybe, um, if you have it on TV or not. What about Bryson Stott? What did I miss, Chris? Did you say something previously about Bryson Stott? What about Bryson Stott? He hit a bomb yesterday. I did see that. But what are you referencing? I'm trying to scroll up to see maybe a past comment from you, but I don't know if I see one. So, but all I see here is forgot about Bryson Stott. Maton to center. I know that was discussed. Joe Girardi even said that. Yeah, it has been discussed, and he was taking some fly balls out in center field. So I do think it's like they are having that conversation. You're starting to see him cool off a little bit. I mean, pitchers are starting to figure him out. That's step one. Cooling off and being a part of reality a little bit is also step two. In his last one, he's starting to strike out a lot too. Since May 2nd, which is 5 straight games. In 5 games, he's got 8 strikeouts, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts and 2 hits. So in his last 5 games, he dipped from 350 hitter to 293. Going to happen. I'm not sitting here ripping the kid for going in a little bit of a slower part of the schedule here and not hitting 350 full time. That's obviously inevitable. But since May 2nd, which is the last game of that Brave series, he only has 2 hits followed by 8 strikeouts. So there's something to be said about that. No, Bryson Stott's not ready. You have Didi Gregorius for 2 years. So with that, you know that Bryson Stott's not even part of the equation for a little bit of time here. No, Bryson Stott's not ready to get caught up. No. That's why I think Didi Gregorius was almost your stopgap of, look, you get 2 years of Didi, and then we'll see where Bryson Stott is at that time. That's a good question, Ruben. I don't know. I would imagine so, but if it's not on NBC Sports Philadelphia, I would like to say the answer is yes, Ruben. I just don't know. I would like to say the answer is yes, though. Um, I I think he's got one more. I think Gene Segura has one more. I took up Gene Segura's contract. I mean, if you get this version of Gene Segura, I'm okay. I'm okay with him having another season. I just don't know what Gene Segura you're going to get. He's been playing phenomenal this year. Unfortunately, he got hurt. Yeah, he's got one more year. He's got this year, and then he's got next year. And shoot, 14.8 mil on the books for him each season. So, and then what is this? Oh, there's a club option. Okay. So he's got one more season of this 14.85. Then he's got a club option in 2023, which I would imagine they're not going to move forward with for $17 million. So he'd probably become that UFA in 2023. So you have one more full season of Gene Segura. I'm not anti Gene Segura. I like Gene Segura. I like him, though. That's all. I just like him. Here's the thing. Before it was, you got to get Scott Kingery at his position. You got to do this. Now, there's no second baseman unless Nick Maton's your full-on answer. But then again, one more year isn't the, end-all, be-all for Nick Maton. If you get this production of 300 out of Segura and you get this for one more year, I'm not complaining about that. Don't mention Gabe Kapler. Yeah, it might be on MLB Network. When it does say regional, the problem is the other game's somewhat regional too, though. I think it's Washington Nationals versus the Yankees. But I'd imagine if you're watching it in this area, they'll give you the Phillies game over that. But I'm just saying, it's not like it's some random St. Louis Cardinals game or something. The other options, I think it says here, I still have it up, the MLB TV network. Nationals at Yankees, Phillies at Braves. You would think it would be the Phils, though. Yeah, of course he can. Yeah, I hope so. Jeez, if he's not, I'm going to be pretty damn disappointed. He's a prospect that we look at as a future legitimate player. Now, I'm going to look through for some of his stats this year. I mean, they just started playing, so it's so hard to tell. He has 8 at-bats. He's hitting 125, but he has a homer. A homer and 4 walks. Homer, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So he only has 1 hit, which is the home run, in his 8 at-bats. But they literally have 3 baseball games played. So that's how much stock I could put into Bryson Stott. I guess it's good to see that he's got some power off the bat right off the jump to start the season. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Philly for life? No worries, man. No worries. Doesn't matter when. Doesn't matter when. Whenever you get in here, that's all. Well, I would imagine they're contractually obligated. I don't know why that was so hard for me to get out, but I would imagine that's why something like this is going down. Something with the contracts is probably in play here. Oh my God, do I ever? Do I ever remember when Rhys Hoskins played left field? My God, that was miserable. My man had no idea how to track balls out there. He was a disaster. I mean, it was terrible. Balls were flying over his head. He was trying to jump at the wall, and the ball would, oh man, it was just ridiculous. Here's something, though, that I did not do today yet, and I think it's a big part of this show. So we need to do it. And maybe I should get the proper town right. Atlanta Braves. Is it in? Is there? Oh, Cobb County. It's in Cobb County, Georgia. We are going to look at our weather and bring up the man, the myth, the legend. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. I want Cobb County. Give me that Cobb County, Georgia. We're going to bring up our weather, man. Bang. And okay, as we look for our forecast today, let's look for the next couple of hours here in Atlanta. Starting at 7 o'clock, we got 64 and sunny. At 8 o'clock, 62 and sunny. 9 o'clock, clear skies. 10 o'clock, 56 degrees. Clear skies. This might roll into the 11 o'clock hour considering it's a 7:20 start. And if so, we have 54 clear skies. Looks like we're going to have some good baseball today, fellas. Looks like we're going to have some good baseball today. That's what's up. Thanks for Joe letting Wheeler go the distance. He was leaking oil. There's no denying that. He was leaking oil. And I love that, right? I think it was a fine decision. I'm not against that decision. But to act like bringing in Hector Neris after Zach Wheeler allowed 2 base runners would be some horrendous baseball decision. I'm not saying you specifically. I'm saying the fan base. Like, Joe, you bet. It's like he just allowed 2 guys on in the 9th after not allowing anybody on at all. To think that Hector Neris warming up is some egregious decision. No, that's a baseball decision. That's called being a manager 101. You're in a 2-run game. Your starter is leaking oil. He's allowing base runners on, which he hasn't done since a leadoff double early in the game that got doubled up within seconds. Yeah, you know what? To think about bringing in your closer is not the worst idea in the world. I would support both. If you wanted to keep Wheeler, fine. I get why. If you wanted to bring in the closer, fine. I get why. I don't understand how it's like that unbelievable to think about what they did or what he was thinking. I thought Joe Girardi pushed the right buttons. He kept Zach Wheeler in. He got the game. Yeah, he went old school. And I wonder, you know what's funny? Like, I wonder how much of this is true. And I'm going to bring this up again. I know I will because I'll expand on it. But a lot of people are questioning the decisions made by Joe Girardi, correct? Well, this brings it up. This is perfect because a lot of people are upset with Joe Girardi's decisions. And now a lot of people are saying he's going with his gut. So a lot of people hate analytics. Well, which one is it? Because if Joe Girardi is managing with his gut and you're questioning Joe Girardi's decisions all the time and you're blown away with these, quote, horrendous decisions that he's making and he's not going and he's doing the opposite of what the baseball world's doing and you're not okay with it and you're annoyed by it, do you see where I'm having the disconnect here? You can't despise analytics and then also hate all of Joe Girardi's decisions as of late because he's managing with his gut. It doesn't make sense. So you would like the alternative. Well, the alternative would be probably going with the analytics, which is going with the closer or going with somebody else. So if you don't like what he does and you'd rather go in another direction, the other direction, instead of his gut feel, could possibly be the analytical numbers, which is what you want to do. Which one is it? Do you want gut feel? Do you like analytics? Do you not like analytics? I would say majority of people would claim that they've been underwhelmed with Joe Girardi. Well, Joe Girardi is old school managing. So if you're underwhelmed with Joe Girardi and he's old school managing, what does that tell you about how you feel about analytics? That's a basic baseball move to get him up. Yeah, but even if he brought him in, like there's some that think bringing him in is a disastrous move. How? Why? Complete game shutouts, this and that. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care if Zach Wheeler gets a complete game shutout or if he goes 8 innings and Hector Neris, your closer, steps onto the mound and gives you that ninth. I don't care. I don't care. There's this obsession with, oh, but that pitcher threw a complete game shutout. That's irrelevant in today's baseball. These individual awards and all these accolades that used to be big, they're not big anymore. Go and complete game, they're not big anymore. No one cares. No one cares. So I don't care. People just get way too tied to it. Oh, but he has to let Zach Wheeler go. No, he doesn't. He has to get the win. So if Zach Wheeler goes and gets the win, fine. But if Neris was the guy that got in and finished the job, yeah, are you saying, yeah, Zach Wheeler, right. Yeah, if Zach Wheeler allowed a bomb, they would have been mad that he didn't yank it. I'm with you. I know, I'm with you. It's like, yes, there's things that you can look at with the double switches here and there. Like, I thought it would be more polished, to be honest with you. I thought Joe Girardi would be more polished and more structured with some of the things. Maybe that has to do with gut feel, though. Like, we look at polish because we watch other teams and you know when they're going to their bullpen. You know who they're going to go to. They're basing it off of numbers. You know because it's structured and it's planned out. It's not planned out right now. It's just random. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And, we're not accustomed to that anymore because of baseball. And there's been a lot of people that, haven't liked Joe. Well, you haven't liked Joe because he's been going gut feel. Maybe you'd like his decisions if he went to analytics because they would technically make more sense. But you don't like analytics. So that's crazy. So early, though. So early. I mean, every Gabe Kapler team under the sun has came out hot, started off well, and then they vanish throughout the season. So, for what it is, we've seen this a billion times with Gabe Kapler. Like the Dodgers being 17 and 15, that's not realistic. They're going to be definitely a better team as they continue to play games. Padres, like these teams are better than the Giants. It's just the first month of the season. They got off to a nice start, and that's what it is. Who the hell wants Mickey Moniak? I don't even know what, what would you get for Mickey Moniak? What do you mean? Just randomly trade Mickey Moniak? I mean, if he's in a deal, fine, but Mickey Moniak himself, I don't think that does much at all, quite frankly. Where are we here? Phenomenal homer by Bohm. I mean, that thing was driven the other way, and I love the fact that he got boned. I was trying to go with like a Bohm thing there. Boned. He got boned. On that 2-2, it was a 2-1 count at the time. The pitch came in. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. No. That was low as hell, dude. Low as hell. Should have been 3-1. Should have been a hitter's count. Instead, it's 2-2. Changes the dynamic completely. And Alec Boehm still takes it for a ride and delivers it opposite field, which is incredible. Somebody asked what I thought the series will be. I'm trying to find it. Could have sworn I saw it so I could pop it up on the screen. It was something along the lines of, Brodes, how do you think this series... Aha, here it is. What's your prediction for the upcoming series? All right. I would like to say with Eflin and Nola on the mound, it's like Eflin, Vinny V, and Nola. Those are your 3 for this series. I would like to think advantage Philadelphia Phillies when it comes to those matchups, right? But my gut tells me they're going to go 1-2. I hate to admit that. My gut tells me they're going 1-2 big time. I feel they have the possibility though of going 2-1 with that starting pitching rotation, but I don't know. What do you have here for the they have Morton and Anderson for the first two. You have advantage for sure in the pitching department. Eflin versus Morton, though, that'll be a good battle. That'll be a good old-fashioned pitching matchup, I think, right? Unless Eflin gets shelled by their lineup, which Acuna could probably hit a home run if I had to guess. He could possibly let one fly. I hope it's a sweep. Well, you're not going to sweep every single series. I think in theory, 2-1 makes sense because of having Eflin, but Eflin's going up against Morton. I think you can possibly write off that second game with Vince Velasquez, even though that's unfair. He did just win his last outing. All jokes aside. And with Nola, but my gut tells me 1-2. They're not a good road team. There's something about this team when they leave Citizens Bank Park, they don't play as smoothly. They don't play as well. Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was good game for sure. 9 innings, goes the distance. Very strong performance out of Zach Wheeler. I love the fact that he had 0 walks. That's my favorite part of it all. You could talk about the 8 Ks, and one of my favorite Ks of the day came in the 6th inning to McKinney. It was a full count, 0 outs to start the 6th, and that slider was just perfect. It was a legitimate perfect slider that was unbelievable. It was just perfectly executed right on the inside part of the plate. Just nicked it. You see the pitch cast, bang, perfect, annihilated McKinney with just freezing him. And he was a little disgusted. McKinney thought it might have been inside, but no, it was just perfectly placed out of Zach Wheeler. It was tremendous. That was a great K. In the 7th, he followed that up with a nice 12-6 to Taylor that got him fooled out in front of it by a mile. Some really nice strikeouts in those 8 Ks, but my favorite play of it all goes to the fact that he just had 0 walks, the command of every pitch, utilizing a cutter, the slider, everything was just perfect. Yeah, Lindor's in a bad spot right now, but he finally got his first hit. And sometimes when you get first hit in a stretch, I'm saying, and eventually you get out of that funk and you start hitting the baseball better. It just takes one. You can always go back to one hit in a game and be like, like let's say you're 0 for 25, right, or 0 for 23, or whatever it is, and you finally get a hit. And then it sparks maybe 4 games in a row of getting hits. It's like, remember that game that started it all? And I just realized I yawned, so it's another sip of coffee time. The battle with Wong was intense. Yeah, there were some battles there for sure. There were some pitches, some grindy pitch at bats, 7 pitch at bats, 8 pitch at bats, making Zach Wheeler go for it. And the fact that his pitch numbers were going up and his pitch count was going up and rising, I was a little nervous if he was going to be able to kind of finish it out, but he did. I don't know. He made the trip, which is good news. He made the trip, and him and Gene Segura made the trip. Maybe Archie Bradley too, if I read that correctly. Maybe Archie Bradley did too. So I don't quote me on Archie Bradley, but I do think Archie Bradley made the trip. But yeah, I know Bryce Harper and Gene Segura did. Maybe Archie Bradley return. Maybe if I Google Archie Bradley return, Phillies reliever Archie Bradley hopes to return within 2 weeks is a Philadelphia Inquirer piece from 17 hours ago. So maybe not. Let's see if we can get some. Okay, Archie Bradley's another week. Okay, that's what I was going to say. Maybe in this update from Scott Lauber, though, it'll give us an update on the Bryce Harper situation. But so okay, the Phillies reinstated second baseman Gene Segura from the injured list after Thursday's game and optioned outfielder Mickey Moniak. We did see that. Segura likely will be in the lineup Friday night in Atlanta after missing 15 games with a strained right quad. Bryce Harper sat out 4th consecutive game, 7th of 8, with a sore left wrist, but he took batting practice indoors and felt pretty good, according to manager Joe Girardi. It's possible he could return to Friday night. All right, so there's that. Jojo Romero, how about that? His velocity dipped. They were not happy about it. Lefty reliever Jojo Romero reported soreness in his elbow after allowing 1 run on 2 hits and a walk in the 5th inning on Wednesday. The Phillies placed him on the 10-day IL, caught up Ranger Suarez. Oh, my Jesus. Romero's velocity appeared to be down. His fastball averaged 94, and that's a decrease from 96. So there's that. There's your update. There's your Phillies update. Yeah, I mean, Lindor's going to be fine. I don't understand the aggressiveness and the destroying of Lindor. I mean, I do get it. He's a Met, paid a lot of money. You go to a big market, expectations were high. He's in our division. So to see someone fail like that, it's funny to make fun of, but it's Francisco Lindor. It's Francisco Lindor. The guy is, I mean, I stress this with Andrew McCutchen, right? Andrew McCutchen is not a 165 hitter. I was screaming from the mountaintops for 3 weeks, screaming, he's not a 156 hitter. He's not a 160 hitter. He is not. Well, guess what? Francisco Lindor is not a 163 hitter either. He's going to be fine. He's going to be all right. He's going to snap out of it. Now, Andrew McCutchen's already hitting 198 again. Already hitting again. Like, I'm saying that in a positive way, which is hilarious. But yeah, I mean, considering he was hitting 150 the other day, it was as low as 154. 154 the last I see here, and I'm sure it was probably even worse than that, maybe, if I continue to scroll, all the way down through. But April 25th, 154. He's about to touch 200. All right, he's creeping back up. Same thing's going to happen with the ice-cold Francisco Lindor. Just being honest with you. Very good defense. Very good defense from Didi Gregorius. Some very good plays. That play on Urias in the 8th inning in a 1-0 game with 2 outs, monstrous. The play where he's rolling to his right, backhander, running towards third base, throws it across his body over to Rhys Hoskins. Had some really strong defensive plays. Made some good defensive plays in other games, too, prior. So, he's starting to become better defensively as well, and you knew that. I mean, it all goes back to the back of the baseball card. When guys go through funks, when guys go through tiny, like little ugliness situations, Didi's been in this league forever. Didi's a smooth player forever. Didi knows what he's doing. A couple hiccups, all right, he'll get back to who he is because these are professional baseball players, and that's what they do when they have the background to support that. Andrew McCutchen has the background to support it. Didi Gregorius has the background to, to defend it. Would you rather the Phillies win the World Series or the Flyers win the Stanley Cup? Probably the Flyers win the Stanley Cup because it's been since, the 70s compared to the Phillies who won the World Series in 08. That's hard, though, because that would be insane to watch this city win a World Series again. But just because it's been so damn long, and that means Claude Giroux would win a Stanley Cup so he can flip off all the idiots in this city that think he's the reason why they haven't won a Stanley Cup. Yeah, I'll say Stanley Cup if I had to choose between two. And that's saying a lot because you know how I feel about the Phillies. You know how I am with this team. And, I'm pitch by pitch and I'm all 162 and I'm an asshole when it comes to this team. That's for damn sure. I'm still picking the Flyers. I think I'd pick the Flyers. At this point, Bryce was 226 with 4 home runs in 2019. Mets fans were clowning us. Now look at Lindor. Yeah, but and look at Bryce Harper. This is my point. Bryce Harper's not that. Why is he not that? Because Bryce Harper's way better than those numbers. Francisco Lindor is going to be okay. Francisco Lindor will become what we're seeing in Bryce Harper now. Look what you're saying, right? At one point in 2019, he was hitting 226 with 4 home runs. We were getting mocked. Why? Because it's not good. Enough. Now look at him. He's all right. Same thing with Francisco Lindor. He will be okay. I promise you. Sixers finals for sure. There's definitely a path for that. Yeah, Francisco did have a little bit of a tough spot last year. He did. Because I think a lot of that had to do with the drama of being in Cleveland, knowing he's going to get moved, knowing that it was a little bit toxic in the Indians organization with him, and he didn't know where he was going to be. But, I mean, it wasn't like the worst, most I mean, it wasn't 190 whatever or whatever. He's hitting, what, 163 or whatever the case may be? I mean, we're talking like Andrew McCutchen type stuff. It was never to that. He was hitting like 260. He just that's what we look at when we hold him to a high standard. Last year, he hit 258. 8 home runs, 27 RBI. Keep in mind, it was a 60-game season. Yeah, it was a down year. It was a down year. He hit 258, 260 in his down year. Bryce Harper was hitting 260 something. We loved it. We were okay with Bryce Harper the other year when he hit 260. Let's look up that season by Bryce Harper that we're referencing. 268 in 2020, and we loved it. So Francisco Lindor at 258. And sure, the numbers are different, obviously. If you go back to how many home runs did he have that season for I'm talking about Bryce Harper in 2019. He had 13 home runs. Francisco Lindor had 8. Just to put it in perspective a little bit. Yeah, and last year was a weird year. COVID, no fans. I mean, there's a lot in play. I'm not making excuses. All I'm trying to say, though, is Francisco Lindor is a hell of a baseball player, and whatever he's doing right now at 163, I guarantee you're going to see Francisco Lindor hitting very solid and being on a hot streak at some point in the middle of June, July, or August, and he's not going to be hitting 163 forever. That's my point. So, all right, I want to thank everybody for hanging out today on Coffee with Brodes. I had a good day today. This morning, we're going to have to figure out this payable offense for this ticket for $50. If you missed that in the beginning of the show, I have a $50 ticket for apparently my car being unregistered, which makes no sense at all. None whatsoever. No clue what that means. It is registered. I know it is. I've been pulled over for speeding recently, and you would think if my car was unregistered that cop would have told me that instead of saying, hey, you were going 70 and a 55. Like, come on, people. So this is ridiculous, and apparently I can't pay online. So there's that. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out on this Friday. We got some Phillies baseball, some Sixers basketball tonight against the Pelicans, and what else? A little bit of Flyers hockey. Is that who they play? Yes. All right, so I'm not on 97.5 Saturday. No Saturday show. Sunday show, yes, 4 to 8 p.m. So if you are interested in tuning into me on 97.5 The Fanatic this weekend, I'm actually off on Saturday, but I am on Sunday from 4 to 8 p.m. So there's that. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll catch you guys later.